Hi, welcome back, or welcome if it is your first time here. Today, I just want to play with some makeup. I don't really have like a video concept. I just really want to play with some makeup with you guys. So yeah, that is what we're doing. I hope you like it. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So again, I apologise if I'm speaking weird. I have a really nasty like sore thing on my tongue and it's like really swollen and it makes talking kind of hard, so I feel like I have like a lisp. So yeah, if you hear that, I am sorry. And also I messed with my camera the last time I filmed because my camera was having some problems and I had to reset the camera settings. So now I feel like the settings are a little bit all over the place, like I'm not really sure. Like I had custom settings before, so now I do feel like it like makes me look maybe like a little bit more blurred. So I just want to point that out quickly now, that I do think that the camera settings maybe make me look a little bit more perfected than I am. So do bear that in mind. But I am going to try and show you. I don't know why I just zoomed in. But I am going to try and show you it accurately, as I always do try to do. I do also have my eyebrows done. I use the Beauty Brow powder set from Sunkissed. And I use this Technic Featherweight brow pen. I think it's in the shade Warm Brown. And it's my new favourite thing. I actually love my eyebrows. And I just primed my eyelids with a little bit of e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So there is one new product that I have to try that I got a while ago that I still haven't tried yet, and it is this. So this is like a little pen thing from Revolution. It is I think it's like an eye stylo, and it's in the shade Fancy Champagne. So this is what this looks like. It's been sat in my drawer for probably like over a month and I still haven't tried it. I haven't even swatched it. So let me do that quickly. Let's just swatch this. Oh, that looks pretty. For like a little natural thing. It feels quite creamy and nice. Yeah, look, that looks really nice, doesn't it? It's just like kind of like wet and glossy. So we are going to try this today, hopefully. And we do have another little palette to try from Sunkissed. This is the Daydreams eyeshadow palette. And that is just what that looks like. So it's just a little neutral palette moment. And I really want to try some more shades from this little Technic hot foil palette. So that is the agenda. Let's get into it. Blending out my little creases. So I think maybe we're going to do a little bit more of like a subtle, more like a natural look today. Just kind of like spring, summer, glowy, effortless vibes, I think is what we're going to go for. So I'm going to start with my bronzer again. I'm just going to be using again today this Copper Crush palette from Sunkissed. I really liked this last time, and I'm going to be using this like marbled bronzer. And again, I am also going to be using these little brushes from Primark. I still haven't filmed my haul yet, although I'm sure that before this video you probably would have seen the haul already like 3 videos ago. But I still haven't done it, so I've been putting everything back in the boxes after I've been using them so I can show it off like in the haul. So I'm just going to like blend this out. Kind of like blown out, like very sort of like bronzy, effortless, like I mentioned. I think this still has a little bit of like glitter on it from the last time I used it, so we're getting a little bit of sparkle. I'm going to blend this into the front of my brow a little bit as well, very softly, just for a little bit of extra definition. I really like this bronzer. It's like so like subtle, like it's nicely pigmented, but it's not like too pigmented. I really like this bronzer. Okay, next let's hop into the actual palette that we're meant to be trying, and I'm going to take this large smudger brush again from Primark, and I'm going to take this dark brown and I'm going to start smudging that out a little. Zoom you in. mention as well that this palette was like £1.50? Holy, whoa, whoa. Okay, that's looking nice. Honestly, it's like maybe a little, it's maybe a little bit intense for what I wanted, but that has some nice pigment. I am going to take my brush that I have my bronzer on. I'm just going to blend over that edge a little. I'm going to dip into a little bit more bronzer. And just blend that just ever so slightly. I'm gonna actually dip in with my bronzer brush, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here. Just gonna try and blend that out a little. It looks maybe like a little bit patchy here, but I can't really tell. But that looks pretty good. I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. And then with the exact same brush, I'm going to dip into this. This kind of looks like a pale like pink. And I'm just going to use that to blend a little bit. I'm just going to dip really quickly back into my brow palette that I used. I just want to take this nice cream shade just to blend under my eyebrow. That looks good. So then in here, we have mainly like sort of pink purpley shades, so I'll just swatch them quickly. Ooh, that one looks really pretty. Oh, stop. That lighter shade looks stunning. I really like that, but I don't know if I'm going to use it today. I mean, I might. But what I do want to do is I think I want to try this Revolution eye stylo. So it does have like this weird sponge tip on the other end, but I'm just going to swipe this on my eye. I think I like the shape of it because I feel like it would be pretty easy to actually get it to sort of look like my natural eye shape. Okay. That looks so pretty. It's nice and creamy. It feels like a little bit waxy, but like I thought, because of the shape, it is really easy to sort of like create that sort of like natural eye shape. That is very pretty. For sort of like a everyday, effortless, glossy lid look, that is definitely really pretty. It's maybe like a little bit subtle for me, especially for today, but I like that it has like glitters in it. It doesn't seem to be wanting to swipe as well over on this eye. I think this would be a nice like base, like to put something on top of it, which I'm going to do in a minute, so we'll see. But as a standalone product, I think you'd really like this if you really like the natural glazed sort of like lid look. And they did have other colours. I just got this one because I thought I'd get the most use out of it. But it is really nice for sort of like carving out your lids very easy. Not my favourite, not my least favourite, but I think just for me, it's only going to be something that I'm going to be using when I'm doing really light, effortless makeup, which, to be completely honest, I don't do all that often. But it is really pretty nonetheless. It is pretty. Put that away. Right, so then let's pop on a little bit of this shadow here. It feels really, really nice, and let's just pop that on there. See, that intensified that a lot. I wonder what that would look like without that cream base. So like, that is definitely more sort of my vibe, like definitely a bit more intense with it, but it does look really nice. I'm just going to take a little bit more of that, the deepest brown, and just blend that right there. But this shadow is so creamy and pretty. Honestly, the texture of this, I don't understand how they make these for so cheap, because the textures are really nice. Like, they feel really creamy. Like, these textures feel like a much more expensive eyeshadow. Like, this was £1.29. I would say these textures remind me of like a £10 eyeshadow. Like, they are really nice. So that is our eyes for right now. It looks really pretty. I do really like it, but I really want to try more from this palette. So we are just going to keep adding stuff here. So from this palette, I kind of really want to take this pink. I just feel like it's a move. It looks so pretty. Let's just add that on top there. That did something. That, look at the difference. It's so nice. This little hot foil palette is honestly so pretty. I'm just gonna add a little bit of that on. Just layering like shimmer after shimmer. That looks so pretty. Just gonna blend that a little bit. Okay, I am also gonna take my little brush and I'm gonna dip in to I think I'm gonna mix both blushes, and I want to add in some more like rosy pinkness into my look. So I'm just gonna sort of go over just to add that in a little bit. These blushes, again, they're like very subtle, but they're very pretty. I really like the finish of the powders. Oh, also, I realised I haven't given you a guinea pig update. If any of you cared, Treacle, our guinea pig, she was ill a little while ago. Like, seriously ill, to the point the vet was telling us to put her down. And I've gone into this in another video, so I won't go into all of it, but basically, in my gut, I was like, no. And she has made a complete full recovery. Like, she is a complete healthy pig now. Like, there's nothing wrong with her anymore. So she doesn't have cancer, she doesn't have a tumour, she doesn't have anything. She is a completely healthy, happy little piglet. So I am so glad that I went with my gut, because she is still here and she's thriving. She's doing incredible, and honestly, it is such an incredible sight, and I am so glad. But also, it scares the shit out of me, because there were like 4 times where we almost put her down, and I'm so glad that we didn't. So yeah, that's just my little quick update. She is happy, healthy as can be, and me and Cam are so thrilled that she's doing well. Okay, so I think that is my eyeshadow done. It is just very quick, easy, natural vibes. I'm just going to clean up a little bit, and then we'll see if I want to stick on anything, which I always want to do. Genuinely, anytime I do an eye look, I'm like, can I please put like a pearl or a gem on it? Just give me something. I just love it. I love the way it looks. Yeah, I won't lie to you. I think I want to stick some gems on. I could not help myself. So I'm going to do that, and I might also just put on a foundation, because again, we don't have a new one to try. But if there's one that I look through my drawer and I'm like, we haven't tested that in a minute, then I'll come back to you. But yeah, I'll see you in 1 second. Alright, I am back, and I added some pearls. They're pink pearls today, so it's not the same as I always do. And I also added a little bit of glitter, also from another palette from Sunkissed. This is their Diamond Dreams glitter palette, and I just used this glitter here. They have different shades of this, by the way. So this is how the eyes are looking. I really like them. I think they look cute. And then I also put on my Super Serum foundation from Relove by Revolution, and I have that, by the way, in the shade F2. It was so easy to blend out. And then I also have on a little bit of the Hydrating Camo Concealer from e.l.f. and I have this one in the shade Fair Beige. We're now going to do some cream bronzer, And in my head, I had thought that we were going to use the Revolution Goddess Glow Cream Contour and Bronze. I've been using this anytime really that I do cream bronzer. I have been using this. I've been really liking it. But I thought that we might retest this. This is from Technic. This is their bronzing base cream bronzer in the shade Light. I haven't used this in a bit, but I remember really, really liking it. And it's meant to be a dupe of like the ABH one. But I'm thinking that we're going to try this. I just need to get a brush I haven't used. Okay. So, brush. This is just like a angled brush. I think it's from Shein. And ooh, it's very, very warm, isn't it? Yeah, that is very warm. But to be fair, we are going for a glowy, bronzed, sun-kissed look today. So I remember like really, really liking it and it being like my favourite for a little bit, because I vaguely remember it being very like naturally like sculpting for me. Which, I mean, it is, but it is... No, it is, isn't it? It's like, it is very natural, but it is definitely like a bronze, like it's like a bronzer, like a sculpting bronzer. Like, it just looks so natural. So that this side, it just looks more like sculpted, more bronzed versus this side. Like side to side. I really like this. I really like this. Past Katie had it going on because I remember using this. This was my favourite. I think I might have taken this on holiday with me when I went to Tenerife. I don't remember. Then for cream bronzer, I want to go again with like the, I want like a glowy pink vibe. So let me find something. I still have this one out, this peach one from the other day. I don't know if it's going to be what I'm after though for today, so I might put that away. I might honestly go with this. No, I don't like the colour. I still have this Relove by Revolution Baby Tint one in this like fuchsia shade, and I'm honestly wondering what this would look like. I think I might go with this. So this is the Baby Tint by Relove by Revolution, and I'm literally just gonna like, it stains, so okay. I need to be quicker with it, I think, but it does, it stains, so I'm a bit worried. Ooh. Could this have been a very bad move on my part? Okay, it is more pigmented than what I was initially going for, but I mean, look at it. It has a lot of pigment, so if you like a lot of pigment, this is for you, but it is drying down, so it makes it like a little bit hard to blend. Would not be my first choice, especially not with this look. I mean, it's fine, it's just, it's not super easy to work with because it dries down really quickly. Like, I feel like it's a bit patchy, but I'm honestly a bit scared to add more. So you have to work with this really quickly. So now it just looks like I am having a rosacea flare up, so we love that. I'm just gonna do the same on the other side. I regret making this decision. This was not a good call. Yeah, see, I've worked a lot quicker with it on this side, and this side looks way more natural than this side does. So I want to see if I can just blend over it a little bit. Yeah, it still looks quite patchy, so this is definitely not my favourite. I'm going to have to build up a little bit more on this left side just so that I don't look odd. But yeah, this is definitely not my favourite cream or liquid blush. Now let's do a little bit of cream highlight, shall we? Let's do... I'm just going to use my tried and true. This is the collection Gorgeous Glow Filter Finish Complexion Boosting Primer and Illuminator. So this is like a dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury like Hollywood Flawless filter thing. So you can use this as like a primer, but I personally love to use it as a cream, a liquid highlighter over my makeup. It just looks so beautiful. It is so like soft focus. This is a really stunning product. If you haven't tried it yet, definitely do. I'm just going to quickly, before we set, I'm going to add some fake freckles, and I'm going to use the Featherweight brow pen from Technic just to add in a couple fake freckles, just because we are going for that more summer vibe. And I just think freckles are so cute. I honestly feel like this as well gives you really natural freckles. I did this the other day and Cam said, have you drawn on your fake freckles? And I was like, yeah, I have. And he was like, oh, I didn't know if you'd drawn them on or if your natural freckles were coming through. So this is a really good little shout for fake freckles, even if you don't want it for your eyebrows. But definitely it's a really good option for your eyebrows. Now let us set this makeup with my favourite powder combo. I could try a new powder today, but honestly I cannot be bothered. So for powder, I'm going to set under my eyes with the Studio London Flaunt Flawless setting powder. This is by Superdrug, their own brand. I love using this under my eyes, and then I use a different powder all over the face. And I've really been liking my little puffy things from Amazon. I got like a 10 pack for like £2. And I really like these now that I figured out how I like to use them. So I'm just going to blend. And the main issue I had with these powder puffs when I first got them is that everyone uses like this and then just go straight on, but I like to tap it off onto my hand so that it basically looks like there's not a lot left, and then I will go under my eye so that I'm using like a very small amount of product, and that for me is the best way to perfect it. If I put on too much powder, it just looks really like cakey and bad. But I was zooming in for the other eye, but that is how I've been doing it, and my makeup has been wearing really well. So if you're having a problem with these little powder puffs and you think that like, oh, it makes the makeup look really thick and heavy, definitely try it this way, because it makes your makeup look really, really flawless. So you can see it looks like I've basically got nothing on there apart from like residue, and then that's just going to be enough to set my eye. And hopefully you can see like how smooth it looks. Like there's not a crease, there's not anything. And then also using the exact same method of like dipping in to a bit of powder and then putting it on my hand. I set my forehead, I basically set my T-zone like this, and then I use a different powder for the rest of my face, and basically to just blend out everything. I also like to do this for under here. And I just want to show you quickly how like poreless my face looks. So I'm going to zoom you all the way in and just show you. Like it really doesn't look like there's a single pore on my face. It just looks so like healthy and good. This powder with this method is really, really nice. And then for all over my face, just to make sure I stay looking glowy, I've been using the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I have this one in the shade Light, and it looks like this. I just dip in my brush, a big powder brush, and I tend to like swipe it on my hand first and then just go all over my face. And this just sort of adds like a little bit of a glow to my skin. Even though my skin wasn't looking like matte, my skin still looks very nice and glowy from that foundation. This just tends to make everything look very like naturally alive. I really like the way it looks. Okay, so that is how the face looks. So you can see it still looks glowy, it still looks nice and like healthy, but it does just look a little bit more perfected. I personally like that I have a little bit of shine in here too. I really hate looking matte. I very much like the dewy look, but like nothing on my skin looks heavy because honestly I do not have that much makeup on it. Like even the foundation, I wish I would have filmed it to show you, but I literally put on like 1 drop. So I put on 1 drop on my entire face and that is all I used. So my skin like doesn't have that much makeup on it, but it looks just really perfected. So I would suggest this combo. I would recommend it. I've been really loving it. Wiping that off, and let's put on this beautiful lip oil from Sunkissed. This is the Peachy Glow lip oil with vitamin E. When I first tried it I complained of the scent, but honestly once you're like putting it on you don't like smell it unless you like actively like sniff it, and I really like the way it feels. I love a good lip oil. This is probably my favourite over the, there was one I was using for a long time, this Revolution Pro Eternal Rose lip oil, but honestly this Peachy Glow one from Sunkissed I prefer, and it is way cheaper. I think the Revolution one is like £7 or £8, whereas this is like under £2, and it is just so beautiful and it feels so nice. But now let's do bronzer. So again I'm going to be using this Copper Crush palette. I'm also going to be using again this big bronzer brush from Primark. I'm just going to like scrub it in. It honestly looks like nothing's coming off, but and I love how big this is for doing like really bronzy summery looks, because I feel like you get sort of more of a all over kind of bronze rather than like a targeted bronzy contour. So this brush I think is going to be really nice for like summery looks, kind of exactly like what we're doing today. And then I am going to use a different brush for blush just because I do think this one is a little bit too big. So I'm just going to use my normal blush brush. This is actually from the Olivia Hale range. I think it's at Home Bargains. And I am going to dip into this lovely glowy blush here. I just like to have, I guess, a little bit more control with the blush, but that looks really nice. I really like the healthy sheen from these baked powders. I think Sunkissed have done this really, really nicely. And then I am actually going to use that highlighter that I tried before from Primark. When I first tried this I wasn't certain on it, but after looking at it in the video and on photos and throughout the day, I think it actually looked really nice. So maybe I'm turning a new leaf, maybe I'm enjoying glittery highlighters now, I don't know, but I actually really like the way it looked. So I'm going to use this again with the highlighter brush from Primark. I just think like it gave it like a really nice like look to my skin, even though it is like glittery. But like from afar, I just think it looks so nice. And the only person that's going to be coming that close to me to see this glitter is like Cameron. So I don't really mind. See, I feel like that looks so like nice and glowy. I actually really like this. So the face is pretty much done, and I've got to say it looks really good. I am gonna, I think, put on a setting spray, and I do want to try this Up All Night one again from Primark. So I'm just gonna put this on. This is the Up All Night makeup setting spray. It's meant to prep skin before and after. It's meant to be long wear with fresh coconut scent and aloe vera extract. So I remember this being aggressive. Okay. And I'm just going to quickly finish off my eyes as well. And then we do have a new mascara to try. And then we are finished. We will do, I guess, a little bit of a wear test just for the mascara. And again, I really want to see how the setting spray wears. And because it is my sort of normal combo, the foundation, concealer and powders, I feel like I will be able to sort of give it a little bit of a good judge. So for under the eyes, I actually want to use my blush. I feel like it will just look nice, and I'm going to take it on this little smudgy brush again. So I'm going to just take this blush here and just pop that under my eye. I don't want anything fancy. I just feel like this will go. And also I still have some dark shadow on this from where I was smoking out my outer corner. So there is a little bit of dark shadow on here too. And then I want to take this bigger brush again with the blush. And I'm just going to make sure that it is softly blended. And then let's just pop something on the inner corner. Let's pop in with this palette again. I think we're going to use this one. I think we used this one last time, but oh well. Just gonna... It is definitely more gold, but that's fine. Okay, and then let's try this mascara. It is the final order of business. This is again from Sunkissed, and that mascara we tried last time from Sunkissed, the Curl and Flex one. Where is it? This one we tried before from Sunkissed. I actually ended up really liking it, so I have quite high hopes for this one. I think that was the first time I ever tried a mascara that I liked from Sunkissed. But this is what this one looks like. This is the Prismatic Lash Volumizing Mascara. Ooh, it looks like a wand I could get behind. It's like a silicone wand, very straight and standard, which I tend to really like. And I will zoom you in. Hello, let's do this. Doesn't really feel like a lot of product is getting on this wand. That looks pretty decent actually for one coat. It looks very like fluttery. I don't know what this is meant to do. It doesn't have any claims apart from the fact it says it's volumizing. Off one coat though, I actually quite like the way it looks. It is quite like lengthening, I'd say. I don't know if it's volumizing as much. It dried down pretty quickly, so I'm going in for coat 2. Wow, that actually looks really good. It dried down very quickly, so it's kind of a little bit difficult to build up the second coat, but that looks really nice. And I just want to point out again that this was £1 something, so definitely a really good option if you're in the market for a new mascara. I mean, we will see if it smudges, because if it does then I'm definitely not recommending it, but so far this looks good. My camera very rudely shut off whilst I was talking, but it's fine because my makeup is finished now. This is how everything looks. I really like how the look turned out actually. I'm really glad that I filmed today. If I do a little bit of a wear test, I will pop it in here. Hi, I'm back for my end of day wear test update. I have had this makeup on for 12 hours at least. I think it's more, but honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know. I am so tired. But honestly, just from first impressions, like from being pretty far away, my makeup looks really good. Like honestly, I think it still looks banging. But let's take a bit of a up close and personal look. Can you tell how tired I am? So, what are we even here to wear test on? We are wear testing on the mascara, which has not flaked all day. It hasn't really smudged. There's no running. It looks really good. The mascara, 10 out of 10. So good for the price. Yeah, my face, even though we're not really doing a wear test of the face products, they're really good. So this is a 12+ wear test of the Relove by Revolution Super Serum and my little concealer powder combo, and honestly my skin looks really good. Eyebrows still looking really nice. I will say that the setting spray that I used, I don't think that it like prolonged my makeup like crazy amounts. I feel like I've got quite oily, like I have powdered not powdered, but I've taken like a powder puff like this and just sort of like dabbed it over my face a couple of times, because I have felt like kind of slippy, like I felt it like on my nose and stuff. So I will say I don't think that the setting spray is like very long wearing, but bronzer, blush and highlighter all still looks good. Eyebrows look good. Honestly, I could not even remember what we're meant to be wear testing, because I've had it on for so long. But this is what my face looks like. So I'm gonna go and take this off now and do some much needed skincare and go to sleep. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.